Beautiful Glam fam, we are going to jump right into this video. We have a lot to cover. I have stuff from Sigma, Hourglass, Merit Beauty, so we're just going to jump into it. It's going to be more of a voiceover style this time. So let's dive into the first portion of this video, and I will see you guys at the end. Alright Glam fam, so we are starting off with my skincare. You guys know it's always calcium. So restorative hydration cream is something I do at night, and I showed you guys that in my Get Unready with me when I did my full AM and PM skincare routine. You can definitely check that out. I'll show you guys some footage right there of me applying that. I always put that on at night. If I'm really dry, then I'll also do it in the morning. So that one is a little bit thicker than the multi-action cream, but not too thick. Not where I think even oily skin girlies will really enjoy that cream. I just can't get enough of it. But multi-action cream is the one I use every single morning. It's my holy grail. This is magical. Absolutely magical. If I don't do my makeup without my calcium moisturizers, I'm telling you guys, it just does not come out the same. This is a must-have in my routine. So I always start off with that. And it has a very lightweight texture, but it is so deeply moisturizing for normal to very dry skin, and even oily skin girls will really enjoy this. It's not greasy at all. It is unbelievable. So then I went in with my water cream. I do the multi-action cream earlier in the day, or in the morning I should say, and then I go in with my Dermatology water cream right before makeup. And you guys can use my codes there that I put on the screen. Then I went in with the Active Glow Serum from Clinique. I am obsessed with this. So I filmed this a couple weeks ago, so I have a little bit different method now that I'm going to show you guys in the next video, so stay tuned for that. Still using this, but in a different way. So can't wait to show you guys how I utilize it now. But in this video, I still like it this way. I applied it before my foundation, but just a little sneak peek or whatever that is. I do mix it with the foundation now, and I am telling you guys, I am obsessed with that. Sorry, I'm getting used to this whole voicemail thing. Then I went in with my Chantecaille Pure Rose Water. I absolutely love this stuff. This is something that is a must-have to my, I keep saying must-have to my daily makeup routine and just daily routine in general. This is so incredible. I usually don't like anything fragranted. This has a more rose scent to it, but a very subtle one. It's amazing. Then I went in with my Wise, and this is how you pronounce it, you guys, but I'll get into that in just a second. This is their Wide Awake, and this is this is a clean beauty brand by Molly Sims, and this is their Wide Awake Brightening Eye Cream. I'm testing this out. I really like it, but I don't want to tell you guys I love it yet. It's $68 US. You get 0.33 ounces and 10 mils of product. So it's about $6.80 per mil. And this is made in the USA, you guys, and it has a 12-month shelf life. It is really nice, and I mean, that packaging is amazing. So the key ingredients are caffeine, rice bran extract, squalene. It has translucent pigments, shiitake mushroom, vitamin C. But let's take a look at the full ingredient list. There is no coconut oil derivatives in here. What I like about Wise Beauty is they do have an amazing way to look at the ingredients. So you guys can check it out there. So you can just select one of those and it'll tell you which each one of them is. And I absolutely love that, so you don't have to go and look them up like I usually do for you guys on every single video. It makes my life a lot easier. So let's just quickly take a look at those key ingredients, because I do think these are really important for mature skin. And then you can always use my code Kristi15 at checkout, and you'll always get 15% off with Wise Beauty. And this is an irresistible luxury skincare products to give you brighter skin is why I think that's why they named it Wise. But now I know how to pronounce it because I was saying Yesy. YSC, I wasn't quite sure in the last video, but it's called Wise. I had to look that up. But look at that packaging, you guys. It is so luxe, and it feels luxe. It doesn't just, sometimes you get like gold packaging, but it feels cheap. Where this one is actually like really beautiful, and it has like heavy duty luxe feel to it. But I really like those cooling applicators. It has like a little bit of a color, but it just really blends right into the skin. This is something you're going to use underneath your concealer to just give yourself a little bit more moisturizing there, a little bit more skincare active ingredients. I still use my Calisime eye cream, but earlier, again, when I do the multi-action cream, and then I do this right before makeup, but really good. This one and the Dermalect one are both really good. So it's just really a matter of preference. I still need more time with this, but again, you can always take, it's expensive, but you can take 15% off with my coupon, and I'll always let you guys know when they do sales. So you can see me applying it right here. As you can tell, don't worry about the color. It's just going to blend right in. It is super hydrating. And I'm so sorry, you guys, those are glass marks on my nose, and they're just getting more prominent because I'm having to wear my glasses more, and I don't know how to control that. I'm using this vitamin E. I'll let you guys know if it works, but it's so frustrating. I really need to get LASIK so I don't wear my glasses literally 24/7 hours out of the day, and I can't film with them, obviously. So that's what you get. Sorry, I'm not perfect, but it looks really, really beautiful. As you can see, I'm trying to like use that correction on those glass marks, but you can put it all over your eyelids. It's very soothing and very beautiful, and it gives this beautiful glow to the skin. I am really impressed with Wise Beauty. Truly, truly impressed. And they have some other really great products that I cannot wait to try. Their highlighter does have coconut derivatives, so I'll probably stay away from that, but really pretty, as you guys can see. I went in with the Wise Beauty, and I really like this. It's called Like a Gloss, but it's more of like a mask, I should say. So like the Laneige one, but it has this like beautiful glossy effect to it. Then I went in with the Wise Beauty Skin Glow SPF 30 primer. You guys, I talked about this in last week's video, and I absolutely am obsessed with this. So I don't use this one all the time, because if I'm not going to be outside that much, I just don't use a lot of SPF products, I'm going to be honest with you guys, which I should. But you guys can see the SPF in there. It is not mineral based. So this is, I think this does have chemical sunscreen in it, which I'm typically allergic to, but there is 0 scent in this. It prevents sunspots, reduces dark spots, and it also has a beautiful glow to it. This one has not affected my skin. So this one and Dermatology are the only
chemical SPFs that I can use. Otherwise, I break out in red, blotchy skin, and usually it's because I can smell it, where this one has 0 scent. I can't even tell it's an SPF, to be honest with you. But I love the glow it gives my skin, and I don't use any other primer. I can just use this, and it really works so well. It gives a little bit of a tack. It's not a greasy feel, it's just a little bit of a tack to gripping the foundation, which I absolutely love. As you guys can see on my skin, it just gives this radiant glow from within where it doesn't accentuate your pores or texture fine lines. If you're new to my channel, I am 47 years old, so I don't like products that are going to accentuate. I just use the leftover on my chest and neck area or décolleté area, just because if that's going to be exposed, I do want some type of sun protection there. So I will take a little bit of that, and it actually gives a nice glow, especially if you have any type of cleavage showing. It really is beautiful. You guys, I wore it with the dress the other day. I do spray the Chantecaille one more time to really just lock in those moisturizers. Then I went with my City Beauty lid lifting treatment. I love this product. My eyeshadow always looks magnificent when I use this product, and this is really good, especially for my girlies with hooded eyes or droopy eyes. They're getting a little bit more droopy, and as you guys can tell, it really lifts that up. It's not going to be something that it's going to be permanent, but at least for that day, I feel a little bit more lifted. They finally got this back in stock, so I will be putting out my giveaway. I did not forget, I'm doing a birthday giveaway, and this is finally back in stock, so I can do the actual giveaway. That will be on Instagram. Make sure you're following me at Kristi Allure. Then I'm in with my magic combo from NARS and L'Oreal. You guys know I can't do a makeup look without these two off camera. This is just my favorite. This is Punjab, and again, this is the sheer glow, not the light reflecting. This is the old school sheer glow. Light reflecting breaks me out like crazy, so I can only use this one. And you guys, I've been trying so many different foundations and skin tints. This is just my holy grail. My skin never looks better. The amount of compliments I get when I wear this foundation is unreal. And the fact that I can wear it like a skin tint, because I will build it up in this video because I did more of a glam look, but in the next video, I'm going to show you guys how I use a minimal. I don't even use that much. I use half the amount of that now, and for every day. But again, for this look, I wanted a little bit more glam. Plus, I wanted to test out the new to me Merit brush. But as you guys can see, I'm mixing Glotion 901 Fair from L'Oreal, and then I like to just apply this with my hands, to be quite honest with you guys, and then I just use a brush to press in. But again, that was way too much product. I'll use way less than that now, and I add in a little magic ingredient alongside of that I'll show you guys in the next video. This is the Merit #1 brush. I have been wanting to try this blush for so long, and they just sent it to me in PR, and I'm so excited. I really like the density of this brush. So if you like that, a lot of coverage, this is going to be your brush right here. So you can scan that QR code right there, and that will take you to the Merit website. And they don't have any codes for me, but I'll let you guys know when they have really good sales, because they do tend to have really good sales. But really pretty. Merit is a clean beauty brand, just so you guys know that, at Sephora. It's not at Ulta, it's only at Sephora and on merit.com. But really like that brush, you guys. I was really impressed. I knew I was gonna like it, so I have been playing with it a lot since this video, and I still love my BK Beauty one, the 115, but I'm using the A506 from BK Beauty just to press in where those eyeglass marks were. Now I'm going back to the Estee Lauder. So you guys, this does have coconut oil. You can check out my first review, my full review on this. I just did a short again on it. This is a magnificent concealer, you guys. This is 2W. They actually sent me over 3 shades in PR. I had returned mine because I just wasn't going to use it. I didn't want to spend that kind of money, because I'm going to use my Hourglass one more. But for special occasions, you guys, I think I'm going to use this one from now on, just because it really does. I'm using the Dose of Color sponge, by the way. I'll get back to that in just a second. This is the Seamless Sponge from Dose of Colors. You can click my link right there. I like the jumbo one now. I like them both. They're both amazing, but the jumbo one is the one I've been using the most. But getting back to my point with the concealer, this does not budge. So if you had any problems with Hourglass, you're gonna really like this concealer. I just can't use it all over my face because it has coconut derivatives in it, which just bums me out, because this probably would have been it would have been tied with Hourglass, not even, maybe even a little edge over it. Then I went in with my bronzer from Tenelgi. I really love this, you guys. I haven't stopped using it. It's truly magnificent. Iced Latte is definitely my favorite. I think that's the only one I apply in this video, but it's just the perfect undertone. I cannot get enough. And this Ulta brush, you guys, this is the new Ulta Beauty Collection 132, I want to say, brush. This brush is magnificent. Yeah, 132 dual-ended multi-purpose brush. You got two ends. You can do your nose contour with it, or even more chiseled contour, but I really am obsessed. And you can shop that link in the corner right there where the arrow is. When you guys utilize my Ulta link on YouTube, it really does help my channel out. So thank you so much for doing that. And I am obsessed with this. Michael, one of our Glam Fam sisters, says she loves it too. Then I went in with my one size, you guys know the drill, powder, and this is 5NG, and I'm taking my Stands Out puff. This puff is my favorite puff now, you guys. I can't believe I'm saying that, over my Makeup Forever one. I just love the fact that you get two in that set for $11. Plus I have a code down in the description box, so you can use my link and code and get even more of a discount there. But it comes in that set of two, and I use both of them. You'll see in just a second. But just the way that one size just blurs everything out and just really makes that Estee Lauder one so perfect. I absolutely love it. And you can scan that QR code right there, and that will take you to the Stands Out Beauty site. So, but I'm obsessed with it. So that's the big one that it comes with, and I use that one to set the rest of my face, and I like that I could put my fingers through there. And I'm just using Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder in medium, and I'm just taking that on the puff, and I'm going to apply that to the rest of my face. This voiceover is kind of cool because I can really explain to you guys what I'm gonna do, especially when it comes to the eyeshadow look. And sometimes when I'm filming, I can't concentrate. I'm just got so much, I'm trying to film the video, make sure everything's going, where now I can just kind of talk. I won't do this all the time, but I just thought it'd be a little bit of a change this time. But just the way that airbrush powder sets my face is so incredibly beautiful. So I am going to show you guys my new brow method. I didn't do any cream blush because we're going to get into the Hourglass, but this is the Eye Method brush I just got on Amazon. I had been looking for this type of brush this type of pen for so long. I'm gonna go in with 01. I bought 01 and 02, but 02 is just too red and dark for me. But this 01 is a perfect shade, you guys. I love the angle of that, and I like the 2 forks versus 3 fork type. That's gonna give me those real kind of realistic hair-like strokes. It has a 30-degree angle, which really helps create hair-like strokes, especially in the front part of my brow where I don't have any hair and I'm trying to create hair-like strokes. You're going to want to hold that brush farther back, as you guys can tell from the first swatch to the third swatch, but it also has a pointed single end, which I like to go in, and I'll show you guys that in just a second how I create it. But this was a perfect brow match for me, and I just really love this pen, you guys. It is so good, and it's only $15. You cannot go wrong. So if you really want these type of pens to work, you're going to want to set that down with a powder, and that's what I'm showing you guys, a setting powder. And that's really going to make it bulletproof. And then to take it one step further, use a setting spray that has more of a mattifying setting spray. So the Huda Easy Bake is a really good one for this. Let that dry. Don't really touch it. I mean, I'm about to show you guys, and with editing, I'm showing you guys when it dried down, and that was perfect. So as you guys can tell, it's not going to budge now. And then you can go back in with your puff and really set that down, as you guys can see right there. And my eyebrow does not go away, but that's shade 2. It's more of a reddish brown. So if you have a reddish brown hair, shade 2 is really nice, but that doesn't go with my platinum blonde hair. So I like 01 the best, and I don't want my brow brows to be too dark with my platinum blonde hair. So I'm going to use that fork side up. And as you guys can tell, I'm kind of going up with it because I'm trying to hit those front ends. Sorry, it's really hard to tell and film this for you guys so you guys can see it. As you can see, I'm covering that up. So I'm sorry. I'm going to have to figure out a way to show you guys in a better way, but I need to be all up in that magnifying mirror to really see what I'm doing. There we go. We're getting a little bit closer now, but I can create those hair-like strokes. Someone wrote a really mean comment the other day about my brows, and you know, I have terrible brows and I just work with what I got. This is what I got. I didn't over pluck them. I mean, I may have in high school, but as far as like in current years, I just don't have a whole lot of hair there. So I do the best I can, and they were just really mean about my brows, but that's okay. I've always been self-conscious of them, and that did not help my ego or my confidence, I should say. So thank you to whoever said that for making me feel worse, but I just do the best I can. But a product like this does really help me, and I really like that I can create more natural hair-like strokes rather than making them too boxy. It's been a journey with my brows, and I'm still a work in progress, but you know, we just try to do the best we can. I take this Chikuhodo spoolie. I really like the Chikuhodo spoolie, and I bend it because I need to get into that angle, and you're really going to want to comb out that brow pen and just make it look a little bit more natural. Then I always go in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz in taupe, and that's my favorite brow pencil, and I just kind of do some filling in the best way I can. That one's going to give me like powder-like effect, where powders on the brows tend to be a little bit more natural. But you just want to keep, I mean, obviously I missed a spot there, so I will clean it up later, but I think I did that off camera. But anyway, yeah, this product, that brow pen mixed with Anastasia Brow Wiz is just, and going that way, the reverse way, is going to give it, it's going to get into those hairs a little bit more and make it look a little bit more natural. Then I just take the spoolie that comes with that, and I just start brushing that through the hairs to try to make it as natural as possible. But I mean, even if you don't like my brows, it's okay. I like them now. I really have been finding a good method for me. And then I go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Tinted Brow Gel and Blonde. This is the best blonde on the market because it actually is not like dirty looking or too orange. This gives me a nice highlighted effect to match my hair. And there's nobody, I've tried every blonde tinted brow gel on the market. Nobody does it like Anastasia. I hope she never gets rid of this because I've been using this for years because I've been dyeing my hair for years off and on, but just love that product. I took the 1W that from Estee Lauder that they sent to me, and I used this on the brow bone. So I did use it as and the eyelids a little bit, I think off camera, but I was just taking a little bit more to kind of carve out those brows before I went in with my eyeshadow look. But really pretty for that. They sent it to me, so I might as well use it. And I can do coconut oil on my lids, but if you have any type of coconut allergies, stay away from that. This is Merit's Solo Shadows. I've talked about these and worked with them on my channel before, but they sent me over 2 new shades. I love this shade. This is probably one of my favorite shades from them. It's such a beautiful brown. I mean, just a really beautiful neutral brown with a little bit of yellow undertones to it. And that's brush number 2 from them. That really mimics, like, as you guys can see, a hand swatch. You can really pat that in and get a lot of coverage from that brush. Really, really, really like this product, and I really like this shade. This one's Vachetta, I think that's what it's called. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but you can use these with your hands. These are one and done type shadows. They set down to a matte finish. This one has a little bit more creamy texture than the rest of them, so it was getting a little messy. The other ones are a little bit denser, I want to say, so I was having a hard time blending it with that brush, so I will eventually go in with a different brush to blend out those edges, or my finger, as you guys can see right there. But the only only thing I found with, I love the shade. I found this one to be a little bit more patchy for some reason. Mid-Century is probably my favorite texture out of all of them. Mid-Century I used in a different video. If I can remember the one, I'll pop up the card right there. But I absolutely love this product, you guys. It is so good. So if you're like a one and done kind of girly, you're really gonna like something like this. If you're like not a shadow person and you are looking for a clean cream to powder shadow, you're really gonna like these. Or you like using them as liners, you'll see in just a second I'll use Nelson for that. But I'm taking this concealer brush from Sephora. They don't have this one anymore, and I'm just blending that out, and I'm about to do my Armani to blend it out more, but I'm just trying to blend out as much as I can before I do that. And it's okay, the shadows are gonna all go over it. It's all gonna clean up. So I'm taking the Armani Color Bomb in 21 Warm Brown, and I'm just working that into the crease, doing my normal, what I always do. Prepping I just wanted to try these out underneath the eyeshadow palette that we're gonna test out today, but really, really excited, you guys. And I just always take my finger to blend it out even further. So now we're going in with Merit Nelson. This is the Solo Shadow. It's kind of, I thought it was going to be a little bit more of a darker brown. It has a lot of purple undertones in this one. So it'll be really beautiful for a cool toned look. Oh my gosh. And you can put this on your lid underneath a metallic and make that pop even more. So I'm taking the opposite end of the number 2 brush. And yes, don't be shocked. We're going to kind of create a little bit of a wing liner look on the end. You guys know I do not like wing liners. So you can see right there, it gives you a nice little line that you can create with that really pinpoint type of rounded end. So it kind of blends and also gives you a point. I don't do a full-on wing, but I just gave a little flick right there. But I think I end up covering it up anyway with the dark shadow. But if you were to do a natural shadow, obviously you'll see that more, where I'm not a wing person. I don't like it for my eyes. It just doesn't flatter my eyes. So not my thing, but do it if you guys like it. But I really do like this brush number 2. It's really nice for packing in product, and you have the option. It's just a little on the short-ended side, so it's hard if you want to go lightweight with it, because you'll kind of run into the other end. I have small hands, so I'm okay with it, but I think if somebody had larger hands, they might have an issue with that. I'm just taking the Q-tip just to kind of blend that out, because you guys, again, know I'm not a big wing person. So this is the new Spectrum palette from Sigma. So they just sent this over in PR, and I am obsessed. And you guys, I do have a code with Sigma, and it's Glam Fam, and that's gonna get you, I think it's 15% off. So I will have it down in the description, and I will have it right there. And you can shop the link right there and just use my code GLAMFAM right in the corner there for Sigma. I do have a YouTube Sigma link, and that really does help me out. I like that Sigma's very affordable, and you get this gorgeous neutral palette with a ton of shade options, and there's so many different ways you can really utilize that palette in rows, where you can just create very natural looks to very glam looks. And it is a more inclusive, is what they're saying, neutral everyday palette, and those are gorgeous metallics. So I'm just going to kind of show you guys those swatches right there from the metallics. Really, really pretty. Not like really strong metallics though. I thought there'd be a little bit more base to them. They're more like topper metallics. They're giving me more just shimmer, but not those real strong based metallics, which I wish there was at least one of those. But I think if you layer it the way I layered it, it still was absolutely beautiful in the look. But we're gonna start off with, oh, did I start? Oh no, I'm doing the first row. Okay, so Sand Dollar, and then we have, you can see all the, I'm going to just swatch them all for you. I'm not going to go off on all the names, but really pretty. Do you see that first row? I mean, that could be a look right there, and really pretty undertones. I really like, I think my tan, light, medium tan girls are really going to like these type of transition shades. Even my fair girls will really like it. And you see the second row is also giving you this, I mean, you can use those first 3 shades in that second row for a look. That'd be really pretty, like an army green look. Oh, gorgeous. There's so many different ways. I want to utilize this palette even more in different videos because I really was impressed by these formulas, really impressed. I mean, those are 1 to 2 swipe swatches, so pretty darn good. Let's go into that third row and you're getting into a little bit deeper shades. But that one right there, that second one, this one I'm about to swatch, that's going to be my favorite shade. You guys know I love those mustard brown shades. And then those last 3 shades are going to be your darkest, especially that last one's going to be your darkest shade in the palette. And we're actually going to start off with that one that's called Peppercorn. I'm taking the Rose and Ben. You guys know the E26 is my favorite brush for creating liner effects. And I'm just going over that Merit Solo shadow with that. And that was actually a perfect match to that Merit shade, a perfect match because they both have more purple undertones, even though they're extremely deep shades, but gorgeous. And you can leave the look right there if you wanted to. Taking the Sigma E35, and we're going to go into that shade Camel. Really pretty. Camel. I thought I put a different shade, but yeah, Camel. Really gorgeous. I love that shade, but it has a lot of kick up. So just be mindful of that, really dust it off. It's still a beautiful shade. The E35 is one of their most popular brushes, so they sent that over and I really enjoy it. I actually didn't have that brush, so I was really excited. You guys know E40 is my holy grail. But this was a really good brush. So a really nice brush for those transition shades. And that was a really pretty color. I kind of wish I didn't do the Merit underneath, to be honest with you guys. I mean, that made it last all day, but I really want to just kind of see what that shade looked like on its own. So sorry about that. But anyway, at least I got to show you both and they do look really, really pretty. And if I were to create a look off camera, I would have done that because it does give it that longevity, but I didn't get to let you guys see the Sigma on its own. Now we're going to take that shade Sand Dollar, the lightest shade in the palette on my Sigma E20. This is my go-to brush for the brow bone. Like that I can pack that in and blend it out and it gives that nice little highlight to the brow bone. You can also use the E20 to smudge out your bottom concealer. That's another way to utilize that brush. Now we're going in with my E40 Max. You guys know the drill. I always blend out with my E40 and it's always clean. I keep that brush clean because I like to blend out the edges. Now I'm taking my Sigma E25, going back into Camel and just really that's going to really tightly pack that into the crease, but that type of brush is also going to blend out, kind of like the rougher 01. It's very similar, but a more synthetic version of it, of course, but really beautiful shade. I really like Camel, you guys. It's so, so pretty. Now I'm taking Sigma Precision Firm Brush, and that's the E42. I've had this brush for a very long time. This has a lot of density to it, and that one also had a lot of kickback, by the way. And I think that one's called Cornucopia, and I'm just packing that into the outer V area and just creating just a lot of depth there to kind of go with Peppercorn, that liner shade, but really pretty. I would say that's like, if you're a light skinned girl, that's going to be your deep shade. This is a deep shade for me, but probably even it will be like Peppercorn is to me for a more fair to very light skinned Glam Fam sister. So but really pretty, you guys. I absolutely love that color. And they don't like, they're not, I think this is a much better quality than Mario's Ethereal Eyes palette. I think this at least it's blending out nice, but it's still sticking. I'm really impressed with this formula for an affordable palette. Now I'm just going back in and blending out with the E35, with the E35, just to kind of blend out those edges with the Camel. E40 Max, again, I'm always blending, you guys, and then I blend even more off camera when I put my lashes on. So just so you guys know that. It may look crazy, you got to just trust the process. Now we're going to go into Tiger's Eye. That's probably my favorite metallic shade out of the entire palette. I love this one, and the other one I'm going to use, you can see from my face because I'm very dramatic. But that's without anything, like it's not wet or anything. So even though they don't even though they didn't feel like they packed a punch when I was swatching them, they do pack a punch once they're on your eye. And now I'm taking this Sigma E56, and this is a shader brush. They don't have the one I'm using anymore right now, but I'll put right there in the corner. They have the mini shader, and it's only $6. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blurring Matte Spray, and I'm just spraying my brush to go back in, or to go into Dune. Dune is a really beautiful light white type of metallic, like an icy champagne metallic. That's how I would explain it. Really pretty. It's going to make that your eyes really, really pop. And I put that in the inside because that's where you want your eyes to pop, especially with mature skin. That's going to give us that youthful look. It's so, so beautiful, you guys. I absolutely love those two shades. Both of them together were just gorgeous. And now I'm just kind of taking the brush, and no extra product. I was just trying to blend out the edges. Now I'm taking my BK Beauty A502. We're going to go into Star Anise, I think is how you say it. Another one with, you guys could see those shades right there just have a lot of powder kick up, but that's okay. Just make sure you press in the palette and dust off. The more pressing and not swiping in the palette will help you not get it all over the place. Now I'm going in with the Sigma, and I really like this brush. They just sent it over to me. This is the E54. I think I used this one in the past. I might have it in my collection somewhere, but they just sent me a new one. And it's a really good packing blending brush. So it's not as flat as like a concealer brush that I would normally use, like the one I just used previously, but this one really does still pack and blend at the same time. So if you like packing and blending, you're gonna love this brush. I think they have some of the best besides BK Beauty synthetic brushes on the market. Now I'm going back into Merit and going back into Nelson, and we're just gonna kind of go underneath. And instead of using a liner, I'm just gonna use this product. And again, it goes really beautiful with the colors I chose from this palette. It actually complements the palette really, really beautifully. And you can even have used that underneath some of those darker shades that I used to give it that extra staying power, but really pretty. I'm taking this Bobbi Brown brush. I really like this brush. I've had it for years. I used to use it with my old Anastasia pot from years and years ago, and I just pulled it out recently. I'm like, I like this brush. It has a really fine tip point to it. So now I'm just taking I'm going to take my Rephr 03, and we're going to go underneath with Cornucopia just to kind of blend out those edges from that Merit shade. And now I'm going in with my Sigma E36 with Camel, and I did that so quick you guys couldn't even see it. Sorry about that. I have to cut out a lot because I don't want this video to be too long. This is Peppercorn. We're just going in and touching up. It's not doing anything extra special. Star Anise again, just going back in and just kind of reinforcing those edges. Going back in with that Camel shade just to blend out. And again, I will clean up the rest off camera. So just, again, always just trust the process. It always looks crazy when you guys are looking at it. E40 Max, blending out all of the edges. Once I get into that 10 times mirror and see all my mistakes, we're human. I make mistakes too. So sometimes I'm editing. I'm like, oh, that didn't look so good. Like that looks a little muddy, but that's okay. We'll ignore that. I'm going in with my Thrive Cosmetics. I think this is Lauren. This is their dark black. I absolutely love this eyeliner, you guys. And I have this in my FabFitFun box, and I'm going to be promoting here shortly. So stay tuned for that. And I just love this eyeliner. This is a waterproof eyeliner. It's clean. I love this. I love Thrive Cosmetics, and I love their mascara too. But I just went back to using this eyeliner, and I'm like, why did I stop using it? Now, I love my Sochi one, but this one has a little bit more pigment to it, and this one does not budge. I had the sweatiest workout the other day, and it did not budge. I just used it with some mascara because I haven't been wearing lashes lately, and I really like this eyeliner. It's so, so good. It just is pitch black, and I absolutely love that.
Before we get into the bronzer, I'm going to go into that shade Dune onto this Sonia G crease brush. It's a very soft natural hair brush, and I'm just going to pop that into the inner corner. Oh my gosh, that is so incredibly beautiful. Perfect for my undertone. Just to bring a little sparkle in. Really beautiful. Oh my gosh, you guys, that is Stunning. All right, so off camera, I did pop on these Kiss lashes, and this is their Empress line, I want to say. I was sent these in PR long time ago, and this is the shade Sire. Really beautiful. I think they're still around at Ulta. If so, I will have the link right there in the corner, but loving that. I did get some PR from Ardell, but I'm still working with those lashes, trying to figure out how to put them on. So they're kind of a newer way of doing lashes, but we'll get into that. But they did send me this Ardell like lash applicator, and I was just pinching. You have to be careful because it's pointed, so I wouldn't recommend. This is more for like eyelash extensions because that's the ones they sent me. But I'm pretty experienced with my lashes, so I was able to get in there, and I like that I can kind of just get in. Some of them are too thick for me, but you have to be careful because you can poke your eye out. I know what you're thinking. You're like, Kristi, you're kind of a klutz. I'm surprised you can do that. All right, let's jump into this bronzer quad that I came up with, and this is the Ambient Lighting Edit palette that you can now just come up with your own quad, or you can buy the already pre-made ones. Now, the only thing is, if you don't like it, you cannot return your customized one, so just be mindful of that. So I wanted to have something that was great for traveling. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I kind of regret doing this because that was a lot of money for me to spend. I like this better still because these are too tiny to get my bronzer brush in. If I were to do something like this, I would have done like two of the same color. So this way, if I went like this, although I'm making it work, I still like, for some reason, these two shades weren't available to, this one I didn't care as much, but this one wasn't. And this is the Volume 3 Ambient palette. And the shade I'm talking about is called Eternal Light. And I didn't see that one in the choices, but I still like mixing those two. You guys know I finish off every single look with this trio. And I like that it's still slim enough to travel. So I'm like, really, Kristi, did you need to purchase that? And I thought, okay, well, at least I can have a highlighter because this is everything I've been wanting Hourglass to do. So I wish she'd make, or she or whoever it is, would make this more customizable because this type of squares are just easier to get into since I'm using it more for bronzer and blushes. So I'm not a big fan of Hourglass blushes. I think they're pretty, but they're just not my cup of tea. So I was like, oh great, I can kind of create my own highlighter bronzers because I do like their highlighters. This highlighter is just not light enough for my skin tone where it leaves a little bit of a cast on my face. So, and now I'm just using it for eyeshadow and not a highlighter like I intended to. So that's why I will just stick with this trio from now on, but I'm gonna make this work because I have to. So let's go into this first, this like third shade that I did, and I'll put the name right there. And I'm gonna use this one as more of a contour shade. So I am gonna take that onto this brush that I already have it on, the rougher number 4. And I'm going to pop that as a contour shade because it is more of a neutral matte. And it is beautiful. I do like this. It has a little bit more warmth on me. And that's the thing with Hourglass shades. They tend to pull more warm on my undertones. So that's why I like Transcendent Light because it has a little bit more red, which neutralizes it in my opinion. I'm just gonna bring the remainder down. I only have the cream bronzer underneath. That's all I have on. So just so you guys know that, but really beautiful shade, really pretty. All right, now let's go into this second shade. And this is a newer shade for me. And I wanna say it's more of a radiant finish. Let's take, you know what brush I'm looking for? Let's get this one this is from Surat. Okay. Now let's take this shade. I like this natural hair brush because they do clean off very nicely. All right, let's pop this one right here. Yeah, that's really pretty though. See how beautiful that is? That is really pretty. It's very softening. So I think these are more like finishing powders. I don't know if these are, I know Transcendent Light's more of a finishing powder for darker skin tones. I think this is more of a bronzer shade though. I don't think this is a finishing one, but really beautiful. I mean, really, really, really pretty. All right, let's take a little bit of Transcendent Light. I actually like this Surat brush with this. This is a cheek brush and it fits perfectly into this palette. So I'm gonna go in with my Transcendent Light, which I like. It's my favorite one. I'm gonna dust that off. And I'm just going to blend. I mean, I really don't need a bronzer. I'm making it work. I still like it. I mean, I don't dislike it, but I still love my trio. Let me know in the comments, because I did the other day a look just using this, and I did this for eyeshadow and for bronzer, and it was really, really, really beautiful. So let me know. I think that'd be a perfect like summer bronzed look. So let me know if you guys want to see that. But ooh, that's really, really pretty. Okay, see, we're making it work. I'm gonna show you what this highlighter shade looks like just so you guys can see it. I am gonna use my Sigma brush just because with this type of powder formula, sometimes a synthetic brush works a little bit better. And this is the F35. It's a limited edition gold one. I don't think this one's available, but they do have the normal version. And then I'm gonna go into that highlighter shade. Again, I'll put the actual names right there. That one's quite powdery. So let's put this one right here. It's pretty. It just doesn't really show up on me. It's not, I mean, it's beautiful if you just want like a nice natural highlighter, but it's a little too, I'm tending to like more neutral, almost leaning a little bit cooler highlighters these days. And this is a little too warm for my taste. So that would be the only thing I wish I would have gone with the other one, but that's okay. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. I'm gonna put a little bit of that on top there. It still looks pretty though. It's still beautiful. It's just, I like a little bit more pizzazzle. So this is the highlighter trio I used to love. And this is, because this is a strobe highlighter, and I thought it was gonna be similar to one of these, but this trio right here was just chef's kiss, but they don't have this anymore. So I'm gonna take a little bit of those two and mix them together. And that's what I like to do. And then this is gonna give me a little bit more ba-ba-boom. That's what I'm talking about right there. That is what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I love that. So that's what I'm talking about. Very beautiful, right? A little bit more of transcendent light and just popping that on there. And it's almost like you just don't even need blush. It's so beautiful, but we will take a little bit of blush. So I'm gonna take my Tom Ford in Sun Drunk and taking this on to, you know, I just can't stop using this brush. Please, Smashbox, bring this back or give me an equal brush to this, because it's really hard to, I've been trying, but I still just always use this one. All right, just do that off camera. Okay, I'm gonna take my Miracle powder from Sweet Beauty. By the way, they just came out with bronzers and highlighters, so you know your girl needs to get her hands on that, because they don't have coconut oil in them, and I am loving the shades. I just love everything by this brand right now, so excited. All right, you guys, popping back in, and that is what it looks like. Now I'm going to show you guys the Merit lip liner they just sent to me. This is their signature lip liner. These are very different. This is in the shade Tabak. Really beautiful, like neutral contour type shade. It is a different formula. It's like putting a lip gloss liner, I want to say. It's very moisturizing, very unique texture. I can't explain it to you guys. Now, if you're one of these people where you have a hard time going over the lines, then this might not be the lip liner for you, but it is very unique, and I was excited to test it out. Now I'm going to go in with this CoverGirl, and I bought this a while ago and I totally forgot about it. This is their Yummy, and I think there's like a blurry type lip balm. It's really pretty. This is called Blur the Lines. Very natural, nothing exciting. Now I'm going in with my City Lips, and this is Tokyo Kiss. This is going to be in my giveaway, and that post will be up next week, so stay tuned. Keep your eye out for that on Instagram. And this is my favorite shade out of the City Beauty Lip Plumpers. It's so pretty. It has a lot of pigment in it, so you don't have to worry. Like that balm didn't do much, but now having that gloss gave me a little bit more pigment. Then going in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Honey Kiss to top off the look. All right, you guys, that is how the final look turned out. I'm gonna wrap it up here because I don't want this video to be too long. I loved everything I tried today. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are new here, before you go, please remember to hit that subscribe button and click that post notification bell. Join our beautiful Glam fam. We're here every week and we just love for you to become part of our family. And if you did like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up when you guys hit the like button and comment below. It really does help my videos out. You can catch me during the week. I do upload shorts. I'm also over on Instagram, and I'd love for you guys to follow me over there. You can check out my blog, KristiAllure.com, and all of my new merch from Glam Fam. I'll show you guys the new pajama top. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful and so silky. So I'll get into that in another video. You can shop all of this stuff in the video I talked about today on my Shop My link. You can just scan that QR code right there, and that will take you to all of my favorites, my skincare, everything is on there. So definitely check that out. Be sure to check out that video next, and I will see you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.